Hello everybody, it's the Warm, back again with more Steins Gate. Today I'm at the menu because I wanted to talk a bit, and currently if I were to load in it would just be silence, and that's kind of a bit boring, so I at least wanted some musical accompaniment here, so I'm at the menu right now. So, a couple things to go over. Yes, thank you to the people who pointed out that I was a bit confused. Rentaro was looking, when he mentioned that the emails had been gone, he was looking at the outbox rather than the inbox. And yes, I do know I keep making the. Sometimes I say text instead of email. I get that. I just I forget every now and then that that's what's going on. But in any case, yes, I get he was looking at the outbox instead of the inbox. So it still marks as he's received the, say, the lottery email or some, a lot of the other stuff. It's just, it doesn't mark it as him having sent it, which makes sense, especially if we consider the different types of time travel we may be working with here. But yeah, so that's that. Another thing is, I want to talk about. Well, I've been trying to, a big part of the last episode, I think, was me trying to decipher sort of what time travel we're working with here, and obviously it's still not conclusive. I'm sure, the way this game has been going, there have been moments where Karisu and Rentaro really sort of break down what's going on. So I'm sure we're going to get to a point where Rentaro or Karisu or someone is going to sort of really break it down for us and let us know precisely what is going on here. But, I'm reading this for myself. I'm trying to figure it out too. So, last time I said I wasn't sure if we're dealing with sort of multiple timelines or just a single one that's changing. And John Titor definitely talked about this thing, so what I did was I went back to, I think it was episode 10 for my Let's Play here, and I went back to the @channel posts that John Titor made, and so, I just brought them up here. Let's see. So the first thing that John Titor says here is, I have it up here on another screen. The Everett Wheeler, not screen, another tab. The Everett Wheeler model is correct. Please look it up to learn more. So I did. And it's pretty much, this is something I think Rentaro himself mentioned just recently. It's also referred to as many worlds interpretation. And this is where, this is what I was talking about, where if you imagine it like a tree with different branches, essentially, well, I guess you can believe, depending on how you look at it, it can be more literal versus. I'm not entirely sure what words to use. I've got it up on Wikipedia, which, yes, I know Wikipedia, but I'm not writing a paper or dissertation. I'm just trying to get a sort of basic understanding here. And they even say in the, where was it? Hang on. I know they say, yeah, okay, here we go. It says here, the many worlds interpretation implies that there are most likely an infinite number of universes. It is one of a number of multiverse hypotheses in physics and philosophy. Many worlds interpretation views time as a many-branched tree wherein every possible quantum outcome is realized. This is intended to resolve the measurement. Blah, 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 blah. Schrodinger's cat's in there, of course it is. Okay, so that sort of goes along with what I was saying last time, where we're dealing with sort of multiple timelines and we might be hopping between them. So there's that. But John Titor didn't just say that. John Titor also said, To be specific, the laws of causality do not allow contradictions to occur if the result of an event, if the result of an event, the effect, is changed. The event itself, the cause, also changes to prevent a paradox. And before saying that, he also said, time does not simply run from past to future like a car on a one-way street. And then a bit later down, Titor says, whenever a major event causes divergence to change, the timeline is reconstructed to prevent paradoxes from occurring. For example, let's say a major event causes this world line to diverge into a new world line. Let's call it world line B. On world line B, I'm afraid to say @channel never existed. As the timeline is reconstructed, all of your memories of reading and posting on @channel will disappear to be replaced by memories of you doing something else. Okay, so that's sort of... Let's try to fit this into what just occurred here. So the event that causes a change is we sent the email to Rintaro's phone back a week about the lottery thing. So that event causes a divergence in the past, and then that changes the week that has already occurred. So that is to say, within the past week, Lukaku, Rintaro gave Lukaku the numbers. Lukaku got the numbers wrong and won 4th place, and it's all the way up to here. So it's not that we don't travel to the past. We cause a change, and that reconstructs it up to our present. Something like that, I guess. And, yeah, so see, but when Tidor says stuff like that makes it sound like a single timeline to me. But again, well, no. He also says new world line B. So that would make me think the original timeline where, we talked about sending the lottery thing and actually sent the lottery thing. If that's world line A, then we are now in world line B. That's the multiple timeline thing. So, I'm still a bit confused, really. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Let's get back into it, and while I get back into it, maybe I'll think of something else to say. 1 second, please. Okay, we're back in here. The other big thing, of course, was, well, not big thing, but one of the other things that occurred was Suzuha told us to contact Tidor. And I'm curious, we know that Karisu has made mention of @channel before, or she used phrases associated with it. Have we ever talked to Suzuha about John Tidor? Maybe we did. But, clearly, in my mind, her saying, hey, maybe you should contact John Tidor, that's a bit of a, I between thinking Moeka is John Tidor or Suzuha is John Tidor, that's another point in me thinking Suzuha is John Tidor. But why would John Tidor be here? Well, the only thing I can think of is John Tidor's looking for an IBM 5100. We got a 5100, an IBM 5100. But then if she was John Tidor, why wouldn't she be more interested? Like, Moeka is the one who's really, really interested in it. She's taken all the photos and she actually asked to take it. So yeah, I'm still not, unfortunately, far enough where I can definitively give a firm she's the John Tidor, but yeah, I don't know. Well, if I have to make any definitive statements, I still definitively believe that Suzuha is a time traveler. We got that whole thing with brainwashing last time, where she admitted, I think she admitted either she was brainwashed or is just intimately familiar with brainwashing. So it's another kind of horrifying hint at potential futures here. So let me stop rambling and get back into it and see if we can actually get some answers, huh? Let's just do that. I need to get in touch with Tidor as quickly as possible. He might be able to give me the answers I seek. Boy, would I hope so. Let's just trust random people on the internet. I don't see how this could go wrong. He might even be able to explain the event that I witnessed a few days ago. The instantaneous disappearance of everyone on the streets of Akiba. I'm glad you're bringing that up. There have been a few things where I wish he would keep in mind or bring up. You know, Rintaro seemed to pretty quickly discount his experience with seeing Kurisu dead. Hopefully now he will sort of be able to look at that and think, well, wait a minute. Maybe that wasn't a hallucination. Maybe something's been going on from the beginning. Oh my goodness. Everyone's here. When I burst into the lab, everyone looks at me with concerned expressions. Oh. Yeah, hold on a second, Mayuri. I gotta learn what Ferris told me. Revelations. I can't give details, Nya, but her songs are divine revelations, prophecy, end of the world. Yeah. This was... asking some more information, and I'm not surprised that this is our reply. Okay. Mayuri starts to speak, presumably to console me, but I put my hand up to stop her. I explain that we can't experiment anymore now that Mr. Braun is back, then I dismiss everyone for today. Mayuri picks her Upa plushie off the soda. Sorry. Mayuri picks her Upa plushie off the sofa and hands it to me. Looks like she's worried about me, but she shouldn't be. It's my job to worry about her. She has work after this, so she leaves. Daru goes with her, probably to see Ferris. Before he leaves, Lukaku apologizes again for messing up the Lotto 6 ticket. He knows about the time machine now. Next time I see him, I'll make him a lab mem to secure his silence. Yep. As I said, just make everyone a lab mem. Moeka leaves with nothing more than a tiny bow. I'm surprised Moeka didn't try to just steal it. Okay. In less than... Oh, I've received a mail? It was fun. I want to hear more about time machines next time. Okay, it's a promise. See you, Moeka. Okay. You know, we still don't know anything about you, Moeka. You just kind of... We don't know who you are, where you came from. You just kind of inserted yourself into this whole situation, but sure, why not? You're a lab mem now, so whatever. You know, at least Suzuha, we know what she said her background is, kinda. Okay, in less than 30 minutes, Kurisu and I are the only ones left in the lab.
そこの助手、お前は帰らないのか？
目障りなら帰るけど。
目障りというわけではないが、何か用事でもあるのか？
いいえ、でもちょっと考えたいことがあって。
ホテルに戻って考えればいい。
何？追い出したいの？
そうか。どうせ友達もいないし、ホテルに帰っても一人ぼっちで寂しいから、この法院京馬に構ってほしいというわけだな。このお子様セレセブめ。
寂しいのはあんたの方だろ。さっきからあんまり元気ないし。なんなら相談に乗るぞ。私はある意味で部外者だから話しやすいんじゃない？
Wow, how gracious.
年下の女に相談する男の人ってぐにょぐにょだけど、それでもいいんなら聞いてやってもいい。
Why does she have to be such a smartass? She even has a mocking grin on her face.
俺はメールをする用事があるのだ。どうしてもここにいたいのならば、邪魔をせず静かにしているのだな。ザ・ゾンビ。
その呼び方が一番カチンとくるわね。
The zombie. Despite her complaint, Krisu makes no move to leave. She sits down on the sofa and starts reading a massive technical book. On closer inspection, I realize it's in English. Maybe my assistant isn't a genius, but just an extreme studier.
コーヒーを飲むか？
もらうわ。
I make some instant coffee for Krisu. I take a fresh Dr. P out of the refrigerator for myself and sit down in front of the computer. Alright, let's do what needs to be done. I can only pray this doesn't get undone, too. My plan is to follow Suzuha's advice. Get in touch with Taitor. After all, what I'm experiencing right now could have something to do with the many worlds interpretation. Which would mean that the Krisu sitting over there isn't the same Krisu with whom I discussed the Lotto 6. Yes, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I was talking about. Again, did we... This is something you guys can go ahead and remind me. Did we mention John Tidor to Suzuha? You know, I could spend however long it is to sift through all my episodes and figure out, but if you could just... If you remember it already and could let me know, just let me know. Let's see. Okay, but I'm glad that Rintaro is at least thinking about this. You know, at least I'm not crazy to be thinking about it. And it would mean that this lab isn't the lab where we discussed it. How can that be? Oh yeah, I was gonna say it.
何もぞもぞやってんの？
Yeah, I definitely feel paranoid about this whole situation. But the thing I was gonna mention, but then forgot. Oh, darn it. Oh, come on. What's the situation where you're gonna remember something, it's on the tip of your tongue, and then you forget, and then I remember I read about this. The sensation is actually because you're thinking about it so hard, you're actually blocking it out, and then when you stop actively trying to think about it, you'll remember it in like a half hour later. Dang it. Shucks. Okay, let's just continue on, and hopefully I can remember by the end of the episode. Krisu glares at me coldly. Damn it. She's looking at me like I'm a perv again. I keep telling her I'm not a perv, I'm hoeing Kyoma. Anyway, why am only... Thank you, Rintaro. That's it. That's the one. Sorry. Okay. That's what I was thinking of. It wasn't like I had anything important to say, I just wanted to bring it up. It is this question here. Why is he the only one who remembers? And again, I'm thinking this isn't the first time this has happened, and he brought it up as well. Back when this is the whole... The satellite on the roof versus smashed into the building, where there was a bunch of people in the street, then no one in the street, Krisu dead, Krisu alive. This isn't the first time this has happened. So why does he specifically remember these things? John Tidor mentioned that... I think he called them divergences. Did John Tidor... Hang on. I already closed the thing. I think John Tidor mentioned that there could be people who... in fact, it might be... This might be in the text messages. Or, I said text again. Emails. No, we don't have... Oh yeah, here they are. So, unless he's already a time traveler, he shouldn't be able to remember previous world lines? Is that because he's technically not native to this world line? Would that be it? But at least that doesn't seem to be the perspective of the people here. Yeah, there's definitely something shifty going on there. Yeah. That's another question I'll ask John Titor. I don't know if he's a real time traveler, but he did help with the IBN 5100, so I'm inclined to trust him. But what should I write? Should I tell him everything? In any case, worrying about it won't solve anything. Enough stalling. I take out my phone. Okay. So all the stuff I've been worrying about and all the stuff I've been trying to think about, Rentaro's on top of it. Good man. Okay. I hope we get an answer quickly. I sigh and chug my soda. Now, to wait for his reply. I check the @channel thread just to make sure, but Tidor hasn't posted anything recently.
ずいぶん深いため息ついてるわね。
Krisu says without lifting her eyes from her book. Maybe I should tell her about how the D-mail changed the past, and about how she seems to have lost her memories about it. Why am I considering talking to Krisu? Because I don't think Mayuri or Daru would understand this problem. Krisu, on the other hand, might be able to form a hypothesis. That's what I hope. Just then my phone rings.
もしもし。
あ、オカリン。実はとんでもないミスに気づいたんだ。
I wonder if that was a choice, if maybe I could have just let the call go through. Or just refused to pick up, I should say.
ミス？
Is it about the phone wave named subject to change? Is it related to the phenomenon I experienced earlier? I gulp. I know it's pathetic for a mad scientist to show anxiety, but I can't help it. I lick my dry lips and wait for Daru to speak.
実はさ、ラボに財布忘れてきたお。
なに？
Ah, that's an emergency, man.
おかげでメイクインに入れないよ。オカリン、悪いけど僕の財布届けてくんない？お礼にメイクインでドリンクおごるから。
Come get it yourself. Don't have me bring it to you.
貴様は神田川で水浴びでもしていろ！
I shout and hang up. Damn it. I got stressed for nothing. Oh, but right afterward, my phone rings again.
もしもし。 財布は届けないからな。
Oh, we're FaceTiming now.
トゥットゥルー、おかりおかり。
なんだマユリか。誰も一緒にいるのだろう。いいか、そのバカに金を貸す必要はないからな。
ああ、うん、わかった。でね、おかりんも元気になったかなって思って、ちゃんとウーパーをむぎゅーってした？
Oh, I don't think he did. Whoopsie daisy.
していない。そもそも俺はいつだろうと狂気と野心に満ち溢れたマッドサイエンティストである。
Yeah, but you gotta respect the Upa, man.
そっか。あのね、何か悩みがあったらマユシンに相談するんだよ。マユシンはね、難しい話はよくわかんないけど、オカリンのことはよーくわかってるもん。
Okay.
お前にこの俺がわかるというのか。
わかるよ。子供の頃から一緒だもん。
もう切るぞ。バイト頑張れよ。
ありがとう。じゃあね。
Bye, Myri.
たく、あのバカめ。
オカね、顔がにやけてる。
何を言うか、このセレセブが。
セレセブ言うな。
I was going to tell Chrissy the truth, but now I've changed my mind. Mad scientist Hoey and Kilma would never grin at the words of a mere hostage like Myri. Well, now I'm curious. Hmm.
恋する乙女が好きな相手からのメールを待ってるみたい。
She sure likes to attack me for every little thing. The joke's on her, we just got the email. Oh, never mind. Okay, Mayuri, you know I've been working at Makebean for 3 months as of today. The other girls threw me a party. I can't believe I've been a maid for 3 months. Time sure flew by. Oh, but don't worry, my Yushi's still Okarin's hostage full-time. You need money to buy junk food or else you'll die of starvation. I understand. A party after just 3 months? Ridiculous. I don't see how that deserves congratulations. You girls sure are crazy. I still can't believe you're working at a maid cafe. I mean, you still never cosplay outside of work. This one seems less mean. Let's do that.
So
ささやかな復讐よ。あんたからのひどい扱いにいつもぐっと耐えてるんだから、それぐらい許せ。
That sounds fair.
これでも俺はお前をリスペクトしているつもりだぞ。
名前すらまともに呼んだこともないくせによく言う。
それについてはすまないと思っている。
Kurisu lifts her face and stares at me in shock.
へえ、意外。あんたって謝るんだ。
Yeah, that was weirdly straightforward.
謝るさ。だがどうしようもないのだ。俺の脳はお前のことを助手のクリスティーナという認識で固定してしまっていて直しようがないからな。
解凍して海馬に電極ぶっ刺してやりたい。
No. That's violent. I'm against violence. Hippocampus, a major part of the brain, governs memory and spatial navigation. Appropriate for how we were talking about memory. Right after that silly exchange, John Titor's email arrives. John Titor, details. Greetings, Kyoma. Can you tell me exactly how you changed the past? I'd like to verify that what you said is true. Okay, let's hear how he reacts.
メールの相手って誰？
John Titor.
ジョン・タイター。
Yeah.
嘘。
奴はよほど悪意のある人間以外に対してはオープンだ。メルアドも公開している。こうしてやり取りするのは2度目だ。
道理であんたがタイタンの書き込みを引用したがるわけだ。信者ってわけね。
そういうわけではない。だが奴の話にはうなずける点も多い。
そう？フィクションにしか思えないけど。
Well, if she's seen it, she should... I mean, the whole CERN thing is a pretty important part there. The fact that you guys have personally seen evidence that CERN might be up to no good, and John Titor is there claiming the same thing. And it's not just that, it's specifically, I think the years matched, right? John Titor claimed, 9 years or something? And the emails you guys found seemed to be in line with that. It's very interesting. From the events you described, it sounds like you did indeed change the past. I suspect the email you sent changed Divergence, if only a little. Interesting how it says, and I think this was how it was in the @channel post. It didn't say a divergence. You sent changed Divergence. Like it's a proper thing instead of an example of a thing. I suspect that the email you sent changed Divergence, if only a little. Bravo. The instant your email arrived to the past, you shifted from your original world line to an ever so slightly different world line. On this world line, you received an email from the future containing a lot of 6 numbers. You told your friend the numbers, perhaps because you didn't quite trust the email, but your friend got a number wrong when he purchased the ticket. The original email likely disappeared from your send history when the world line changed. All of this makes sense. The one thing I don't understand is how you kept your memories of the previous world line. So, just so you're telling me, just so we're clear, you're telling me the truth, yes. Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty much in line with the, one of the first... When the first thing happened, in the previous episode, when it occurred, this is pretty much the first... maybe not as detailed, but the first idea that popped in my head is as what happened. This is sort of what it was. Where was the line? Okay. The email you sent changed Divergence. So, remember last time at the beginning I was saying I'm curious, why does this email seem that this email has actually caused a change when all the previous emails we've sent have not had that happen? This sort of strange thing where we saw the numbers and Rintaro actually feels a jolt or something like that. So I guess what this is telling me is that if the D-mail is inconsequential enough that it's not enough to change change Divergence is what the vocabulary here is. But because the email with the Lotto 6 number was significant enough that it actually changed Divergence. I guess that's what that's telling me. I'm not sure I'm entirely satisfied with that, but if that's the way it is, then that might be... we might have to deal with it. Yes. Let us reply. Okay, now we're questioning Titor here. This is an important question. Currently, we've not, as Rentaro, again, if we're pretty sure we've done this twice so far. The whole, again, let's say the very first one is timeline A. That's where Karisu was dead. Then we seem to jump into timeline B, where Karisu was not dead and the satellite was lodged in the building. Now we seem to be in timeline C. But in all of those cases, we've never actually gone to the past. We've just... I guess we've somehow changed the past, and that rewrote... the from whenever we sent it back to, that rewrote the time up until the present. But what this John Titor is claiming is much more substantial. John Titor is claiming not to have changed the present, but to have not to have changed the present by sending something to the past, but to send themselves all the way to the past entirely. Now is that Now is that bodily, or is it a similar thing we're thinking with Rintar, where it was only his memories? Not sure, not sure. Oh. John Titor, remember, I've confirmed that divergence is currently 0.571015%. Say what now? So divergence is a value? It is a... Okay. I cannot tell you what the value was before you changed the past. This is because I, like your friends, have no memories of the world line before you changed the past. In the case of physical time travel, memories are retained even if one shifts between world lines. That's been proven by my own experience, but in the case of an email like the one you sent, the time traveler changes the past without actually traveling through time, a situation that scientists in my time never even considered. It wasn't necessary since the invention of the time machine in 2034 gave us a means of physical time travel, so I'm afraid that I have no idea how to explain the phenomenon you've been experiencing. Got it. Okay. So yeah, this is kind of going to what I was asking about. So that answered my question. Supposedly, John Titor has gone into the past bodily, as in physically gone to the past. And I'm glad that he's acknowledging that, and he's acknowledging that it seems in Rintaro's case it's not that he physically went, it's that his memories or mind seems to have shifted. Huh. Okay. It's a good question. Definitely. Many worlds interpretation. Strictly speaking, I was not being entirely accurate when I wrote that the Everett Wheeler model is accepted in my time. Well, that's just great. The first functional time machine was completed in 2034. In the 2 years following that breakthrough, our understanding of the universe's structure grew dramatically. In 2036, scientists proved that the world is comprised of attractor fields, which describe the extent of world-line convergence instead of divergence. This theory was first proposed in 2020. And can you explain it, please? Thank you. Sorry, I forgot to answer your question. I have a meter that measures divergence. A reading of 0% divergence corresponds to the world line I originally came from. In other words, it's a subjective, non-absolute measurement. This tool can only indicate the current divergence. That's interesting. Attractor fields, huh? Observing convergence. Put simply, attractor fields are the focal points of worldline convergence. Their existence is responsible for phenomena previously known as fate and chance. Okay. There's no real point in making small changes to a world line. Due to convergence, small changes do not have a lasting influence. Humans who can observe convergence are exceedingly rare. I haven't met anyone with that ability myself, so I'm unqualified to give you an accurate appraisal, but you, Kyoma, might be one such individual. You might have the power to observe convergence. You might be the one who can guide us to a world line beyond 1% divergence, across the wall that divides attractor fields. Interesting. This sounds, I mean, I wouldn't classify myself as that well read, at least in terms of time travel fiction. So, but this sounds new to me. This idea of, well, he calls it attractor field, not tractor fields, tractor fields, and so it's fate and chance being made into scientific terms here. So fate is being quantified and being explained scientifically, I guess. So one, in Steins Gate, fate exists, and two, I guess it can be measured, which is pretty wild to think about. That's for sure. Okay, that's interesting. That's pretty fascinating. And that probably answers my question that I just did, where I was saying, why didn't all the emails have a big change like we saw? Well, maybe it's due to the fact that, yeah, the answer could just be, yep, those little D-mails are just too inconsequential to actually change anything. And the lotto numbers were consequential enough to change things. And the reason why that's even a question of whether something can be inconsequential enough to not change anything is because there are attractor fields, I guess, which are moving the world lines toward a particular fate? Huh. I hope I've got that right. And yet, Kyoma, for whatever reason, can see beyond that. The tone of Taitor's mail has suddenly changed. He thinks I have some kind of power? First, I feel a sense of pride. Next comes apprehension. Could this be a trap? I can't confirm if this is the real John Titor in the first place, and I don't even know if the John Titor from 2000 was really a time traveler. If Titor's world-line theory holds, then that could explain the supernatural events I've experienced. But this last statement is pretty hard to swallow. As soon as I begin to doubt, all of his words start to smell like lies. That stuff about the IBM 5100 might have been a lie too. That mysterious program could just be a simple bug. Now that he claims I have special powers, he's starting to sound like some kind of new age con artist. And besides, I don't need Titor to tell me that. Aw. She doesn't want to cosplay out of consideration for us? Aw, how sweet can Mayushi be? It's incredible. Krisu jerks at the sound of my laughter.
いきなり 出すなよ、気色悪い。
これが笑わずにいられるか。実に傑作ではないか。この俺が持つ力だと。
A little bit.
今さらそんなこと言われなくとも、俺はとっくに気づいていたぞ、ジョン・タイター。
I snap my eyes open wide. I raise my phone high to the heavens.
この魔眼、リーディングシュタイナーの真の力にな。
Okay.
話の流れはさっぱり見えんが、岡部次長しろとだけ言っておく。
Did she really say that, or is that just a localization thing?
え？
Okay, sorry about that. Had to address something real quick. Okay.
あ、
Grisu hides her face in her book. She pretends to read, but I can see from here that her ears are bright red. How does she know that phrase? Oh, maybe she did say something. Well, she either said that or she said something equivalent to that in Japanese. Is she an channeler after all? No, that doesn't matter. See, the funny thing is, if she is, Rentaro goes by Hoin Kyoma on there, and so she would obviously know it's him. I need to reply to Taitor. Okay. He'll probably say, I don't know, or something. Because no one's been able to see. Oh. If we cross the wall, we will have freedom. If we don't, or if we do not, then the dystopia I came from will be your future. In exchange for providing false peace and joy, your masters will stamp out every last vestige of free will. As I said on that channel, my goal is to change that future. And you may be the one who can make that possible. Okay, now it's getting creepy. Is this some kind of new cult? Or is he really trying to con me here? He's also contradicting himself again. The Tider who appeared in 2000... Oopsie daisy, 1 second please. Okay, sorry about that. The Tidar who appeared in 2000 said he traveled back in time to retrieve technology lost in World War III. Yet this guy is saying he came to prevent the creation of a dystopia ruled by CERN. This guy might be an imposter. Ugh. I'm fed up, so I quit replying. But just as I'm about to put away my phone, another mail comes. Whoa. Future 2, Kyoma, I want you to be the Messiah. If the same thing happens to you again, please contact me once more. That moment will prove that you are the Messiah. Now that's a jump. Previously, I wasn't feeling exactly the same as Kyoma, but that's a jump right there. All the hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. What is this? Fear? Disgust? I don't know, but something is very wrong. That's the end of chapter 3. Sorry, I think I just yelled there. Well, I should probably end there then. We're kind of getting there on time anyway. Messiah, noun, in Christianity, a title for Jesus Christ. One who brings salvation to mankind. Savior, one who rescues others from peril. Ha ha ha, how about that? Okay, hang on, let me pause for a second before I say goodbye. I want to check something out. 1 second, please. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I was about to do something, and I didn't do it. I was really thinking back to, that moment where Daru and Mayuri called, and wondering if I could have not answered those calls. I was thinking about maybe going back and checking that out, but I don't think I should. Because again, I don't know if these sorts of choices in emails you can send and maybe not send, if that actually is changing a past or changing a. Because I think someone's told me that there are multiple endings. So I think I'm just gonna continue on with what I've got, and then, you know, when all's said and done, then maybe I'll go and check it out. So yeah, well, I'm gonna hold off on that. Okay. In any case, I've been the Worm. This has been Steins Gate, and we're well and truly in it, I think. Yeah, if we weren't in it before, we're definitely in it now. So, hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.